Hello everyone and welcome to Session 8. This week, Nikki and I will facilitate a Blackboard discussion around organizational design and culture. Organizational design refers to the structuring of tasks, responsibilities, and roles within organizations, while organizational culture refers to the shared and learned attitudes, beliefs, and values among an organization's employees. The design and culture of an organization has a large impact on overall effectiveness and efficiency of its people. The New York Times article Inside the Revolution of ITSE, produced in 2017, serves as an example of why leaders must drive intentional and strategic change of both design and culture of organizations. Drawing examples from ITSE, this examination identifies strategies on how best to create and sustain a new organizational culture.
Etsy is an e-commerce website that sells handmade and vintage items. They also sell factory manufactured goods. It was founded in 2005 and became known for meeting high social and environmental standards. Chad Dickerson was named CEO in 2011, and he helped generate Etsy's vibrant and diverse culture. It was an organizational culture empowered by a strong social and individualistic feel. After going public in 2015, the organization began to undergo scrutiny by its investors and board of directors for its lack of growth in sales and inefficient operations. Eventually, then CEO Chad Dickerson was replaced by Etsy board member and former executive at eBay, Josh Silverman, who was hired to focus on sales, marketing, and business.
When Etsy went public in 2015, the company had 1.4 million active sellers, nearly 20 million buyers, and had gross merchandise sales of $2 billion a year. Within the first few months of the offering, the stock fell 75%. Etsy was still spending heavily on growth and marketing. Even though revenues were up in early quarters, the company was unprofitable. When Mr. Silverman took over as CEO, he went straight to work on making the company more profitable and efficient. This meant redesigning the organizational structure by flattening the layers of management hierarchy and broadening the span of control of managers. These changes were intended to eliminate redundancies in roles and responsibilities and improve Etsy's overall efficiency and effectiveness as an organization.
Silverman established more goals around quarterly earnings and less goals focused on social objectives. He also used public rewards and incentives to drive increasing sales revenue. To support a profit-driven organization, the culture was shifted from a clan culture, which focuses more on teamwork, participation, and consensus building to make decisions, to an entrepreneurial culture, which fosters innovation and experimentation and is more focused on adapting to meet changes in the marketplace. This reorganization made Etsy more agile in responding to the competition, being cost-effective, and ultimately increasing profits. The streamlined organization allowed employees to improve their level of communication and coordination, which supports increased employee productivity.
A corporate mission statement drives an organization's purpose and values, therefore guiding its overall culture. Etsy's prior mission statement, which read, "To reimagine commerce in ways that build a more fulfilling and lasting world," had a strong humanistic and environmental focus. Mr. Silverman's redefined mission statement read, "Keep commerce human." This mission statement placed commerce at the center of what drove the new organization. The change to a flatter organizational design helped clarify employees' roles and responsibilities. This was seen by employees as a positive change that gave them a sense of direction and accountability. Employees also believed the company was becoming more innovative and supportive of risk-taking. Finally, Mr. Silverman chose not to renew their company's B Corporation status. This certification designates companies who have voluntarily chosen to meet the highest standards of verified social and environmental performance with transparency, accountability, and performance. This change directed alignment to greater focus on profits versus social impact. These changes were designed to increase Etsy's overall profitability. As reported by the New York Times, slight increases in sales, revenue, and adjusted profits were realized after this reorganization.
Competitive strategies help organizations to distinguish themselves from their competition. There are three types of strategies used in organizational design: differentiation, cost leadership, and focused. Differentiation strategy focuses on providing customers something unique that makes the product or service distinctive from competitors. Cost leadership strategy is based on an organization's ability to provide a product or service at a lower cost than its rivals. And focus strategy targets a specific niche in an industry. Etsy developed a focus strategy in a niche e-commerce market by offering handmade or vintage items and unique supplies. This will help distinguish themselves from the existing market leader, eBay.
There are different ways that leaders can affect an organization's design and culture. Mr. Silverman demonstrated an appreciation and understanding of Etsy's unique culture. However, it is our opinion the approach to changing Etsy's design and culture could have been enhanced by implementing the additional approaches to organizational change described. First is being deliberate in socializing their employees. In organizations, socialization is defined as the systematic process by which organizations bring new employees into its culture. In essence, it takes outsiders and attempts to make them insiders by promoting and reinforcing the organization's mission, values, and beliefs. In an established organization like Etsy, where design and culture is being radically changed, socialization is critical to ensuring an employee stays committed and engaged in the new organization. The next approach is the use of public reflection and active listening, which are critical in ensuring diverse ideas and needs are being considered when establishing new norms and/or ways of operating. This approach allows employees to become active contributors in the change so they feel empowered and motivated to support the organizational changes being implemented. Lastly, execution as learning allows risk-taking by providing employees a psychologically safe space to share what they have experienced, observed, or felt when trying out new work approaches in the workplace. A combination of some or all of these methods are beneficial during times of change. With Etsy, employees needed to feel safe in learning new business approaches when working in an organization focused on sales and revenue versus social impact.
Leaders must recognize the culture of a company is difficult to change. But why is org culture so difficult to transform? Cooper, Hellriegel, and Skulcomb say change is difficult because culture provides employees three things: identity, stability, and acceptable behaviors. Effective leadership is needed to provide the purpose and common goals, which in turn builds a strong organizational culture.
In conclusion, when leaders shift the design and culture of an organization, they must give strategic thought to the change process and how it will impact the employees in order to ensure a smooth transition. We hope this presentation has provided you information and insights needed to effectively analyze and implement organizational culture and design changes. We have two discussion questions to help us reflect on organizational design and culture. First, considering Etsy's previous culture, what could Mr. Silverman have done differently to ensure a smoother cultural transition from the clan culture to an entrepreneurial culture? Secondly, think about the type of organizational cultures you have been a part of in the workplace. Which culture did you find to be most effective and why? Thank you so much for taking the time to review all of the materials provided on organizational culture and design. Both Nikki and I are looking forward to our dialogue on Blackboard this week around these topics. We are excited about the opportunity to learn from each other and continue to find new ways to enhance design and culture within our organizations. Have a great week.